Welcome in, people. How we doing tonight? It's time for another stream. We've been going at it pretty hard with this one. I think every night since I started streaming it, so we could be looking at the end of it here. But gonna get back into Alan Wake 2. Been making some decent progress, I feel, as the days have gone by. But hey, what's going on, Rankto? Good to see you. But yeah, I think we're probably getting in on the close of this one. When we did some of the saga stuff last night, what do? We finished up basically with confronting Mr. Scratch, or at least he revealed himself, and then after a little, just a little scuffle. It wasn't really much of a fight. He was kind of like chasing us a bit, but turned on some lights and he vanished. We were given the option to cross the point of no return or go back and do some other stuff. So I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and do some other stuff, and we'll figure this out as we get to it. But yeah, I think tonight we're going to do some of Alan's stuff first, and we'll probably finish up with sagas after that. But so far, so good. Let's see if we can get this thing launched and ready to go. And here we go.
It's showtime.
I was going to check this and make sure that things are actually popping up the way they should be. Are we switched over to the game fully? Let's see. Come on, I know you can do it. There we go. Some splash screens. All right, good deal. We see it, we're good. I remember, I was having issues with the controller like disconnecting randomly. I seem to remember the other controller that I have that I use on PC, my black Xbox One controller, working a little bit better. Actually, wait a second, this is this is the Series X controller. I probably should switch back to the Xbox One controller. I never really had any issues with that one. But I think this one works pretty good too. Sometimes that blue one gets a little finicky, so hopefully we won't have any major issues this time around. Everything good, everything the way I set it. For whatever reason, this game likes to reset my settings as well. I think we're all right. Alrighty, hope everybody's having a good evening. It's a weekend, which I don't always stream on. Sometimes I kind of leave those off, but I figure since we seem to be pretty close to the end of this game anyway, we might as well see if we can knock it out. Let's switch back over to Wake. Last time we played as Wake, we did the theater section. We sat around for a good... How long would that movie have been? Like 10 minutes? 10-minute short film with Sam Lake and the guy that plays the Koskela brothers. Very interesting movie. The weekend's been okay. Not so great. I've got a huge repair bill that I have to pay this upcoming week, so that's kind of been on my mind. It's sort of put a damper on things, but other than that, I think things have been going relatively well. Been having fun with this game. Probably one of the reasons why I keep streaming it every night. Nice to have something to kind of venture off into. But I think what we need to do now is go...
Somehow I sensed it wasn't Zane this time.
I was going to say we need to get into the Parliament Tower, but... Looks like the phone's ringing, so why don't we go answer that first?
Hello?
Hello.
It wasn't Zane. It wasn't Scratch either.
Is it you?
Huh? You're me? Me? I don't understand. There's a lot I don't understand.
A dark place operates in loops. Time is a story. I'm calling you from a different point in that story.
From the future? I'm never getting out of here, am I?
Yes, you will. And no, you won't. And that is by your own choice.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry for what you'll have to go through. You need to go back to the talk show studio basement. Get Alice's photos from a shoebox there. Before you can go to Parliament Tower, you must put the photos into the shoebox at her statue at the plaza. To help you, to help Alice, to help Saga Anderson.
I'm my own Deus Ex Machina? Really?
Alright. I guess we're going to the basement first. What kind of bill? Mechanic bill for my car.
One for each draft. It's the same writer, but in a different point in time. I'd follow the steps he laid out for me. Alice's photo from the talk show building basement. I had to go back to get them. I'd bring the photos to the shoebox and the statue.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Didn't drop anything, did he? I think these guys are just trying to intimidate me. Can't get in? Can't remember if there's an alternate entrance anywhere. As I figured, they were chasing me for quite a while, so I wasn't even sure, but it just ended up being nothing. Yep, gotta pay mechanic bill. Costing me literally thousands. It's not gonna be fun, so. Is what it is, though. I could pay it off at the very least, so it's not a huge issue. It's just I don't like being hit with that kind of bill very often. Oh, right, we unlocked this. Yeah, there was an alternate entrance here. That was done during the last stream, though. Yeah, it's one of those things. It cost me about a third. The entirety of the bill cost me about a third of what I spent on the car total. Got half of mine just to go get some cheap piece of crap in its place. I'm like, I gotta pay for all this engine work. I don't even know if it's gonna be worth it. But probably best I keep it. Well, I think they're probably just going to give me one singular bill. I mean, I save up money like a motherfucker, so it's like I've got enough to pay it off in one go. They told me what the total amount was going to be, and, you know, I can afford it. But, yeah, in case some other costs pop up or something. Hopefully they won't. Sometimes you can't be too sure, but this is going to be through a dealership, so I don't think they're going to try and pull something. And it has been a while since we've gone through the basement here. I don't remember. There it is. Exactly how to get around. It was back when they were showing us this whole lighting mechanic. Also, I guess the ground is flooded. Just making sure. Last time we saw something where the ground looked a little muddy like that, we ended up falling through the world map. This looks a lot brighter than it used to. Let's see. Very hazy too. I don't know what's going on.
Alice's photos. I recognize the style. One showed the clicker sinking into darkness. The other showed a light in the shape of a bullet. I need to get them to the plaza.
I gotta reset things exactly like they were. Maybe not. Still, I don't know why it looks like this. Like everything looks orange. photos? Oh, right. We have to put them at the statue. That's what we were told. Guess let's go do that then. Gonna see anything weird here or what? Guess not.
I had the photos now. I needed to put them into the shoebox by the statue.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Thousands is pretty expensive for a mechanic. It is, yes. Very expensive. Usually when I go do stuff for my car, it tends to be, you know, a couple hundred at most, but this is probably the most expensive one I had to do. I think I paid like $1,000 before, or close to it, when I had to get my starter replaced. Now I have to get the starter replaced again. Along with something to do with the alternator and some belts and something to get the computer reset so that the car doesn't automatically trigger a lockout, which prevents the engine from starting. It's been especially shitty considering I can't actually move the car. So when I was getting it checked out at a few places, it required me to tow the thing from one mechanic to the other. Good thing is that the place that I had the initial diagnostic done at did not charge me any money, so. Yeah, that is true too. Mechanics are expensive in general, so I don't think you're gonna slink away from most, you know, necessary repairs, getting away with just, you know, something under a few hundred. It would be rare if you did. I mean, basic routine stuff, obviously, like oil changes or, you know, getting a routine part replaced or something like that. It's probably going to end up being pretty cheap, but
I don't think Marcy's
not when you have to get major parts replaced.
I know.
It's usually going to end up screwing you out of a lot of money. I was just thinking, okay, so they just kicked us out, so I guess that's it then. I wanted to go check the puddle again to see if we could go back and do anything else as Wake. Like, maybe that was just part of the showmanship of what they were doing, but no, I think maybe that concluded Wake's part. And here we are, forced to play a saga.
After getting his hands on the FBC files, Ilmo Koskinen knew what he was up against. He masterminded the cult, his and Yako's army, to fight the fucked up horror lurking under the lake, and a plan to keep those feds in their bunker by the lake in the dark. Outsiders would only screw things up. The Koskilas sabotaged the FBC's monitoring station and rigged it to alert them when something was brewing at the lake. One time months later, when the alarm rang, they drove to the lake again, ready for a fight. But this time, they didn't find any monsters. Something else washed ashore. The light switch. They'd read how Wake had stopped Jagger with it in the stolen files. From that point on, whenever the cult caught someone taken over by the Shadow, they cut out the monster's heart, pushed the switch into the hole, and flicked it.
So that kind of, I don't remember if we read that one last time, but I remember picking it up. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't save, actually. Yeah, so I was playing this off stream for like 10 minutes, to see if there's anything else I could do, and there wasn't. But I remember picking up that manuscript and reading it. But that kind of explains what happened with Nightingale. I still think it's a little weird, though, because either something was skewed about the perspective at the beginning of the game, or I don't know, because, yeah, they say, well, I guess this isn't particularly a case, a manuscript that writing about Nightingale's appearance. Because, obviously, we talked about it before during the last stream, but Nightingale, at the very beginning of the game, comes out of the lake and he's wandering around, and he seems human, but then they just stab him and kill him. But maybe, you know, to them, he looked like one of the Taken, or maybe he was Taken. We were seeing a weird perspective of things. I said it would be horrible if they, you know, if they're Taken and they think they're human. That would be bad. But still, I don't know. But yeah, apparently with the Cult of the Tree, what the Koskela brothers are doing was anybody that would wash out of the lake, they would just go to them, cut out the heart, turn on the clicker inside the hole in their chest, and bam, they'd be gone. So I guess that's what they were doing with Nightingale, but they weren't able to actually get to the whole clicker part. So it caused Nightingale to fully turn into a Taken. It still doesn't explain why he was walking around at the beginning and seemingly human, but I guess it's somewhat of an explanation. I don't know. So far, that's been like the shoddiest bit of storytelling, and not even terribly so. It's just there seems to be some sort of inconsistency going on. But who am I to say? We might get something further on that by the end of it. It's been the biggest mystery so far for me in the game, though. I hate dealing with that shit. Repairs for anything. Oh, I know it. Every once in a while. Seems like once a year at the very least, I gotta pay for something major. Never like doing it. Up to this date, though, I've been able to afford everything I need to repair, so be thankful for that, I suppose. Let's do a quick save and a manual save. I thought repairing the AC earlier this year for me was going to be the most expensive thing. That was like $500. And I was like, oh, can't believe this. We're still dealing with 3 digits with that one, so I should have been thankful at the time.
Ready to go?
This is the beginning of the end game. Travel to Cauldron Lake. You will need to save your game first. Exploring and traveling to other areas will be limited if you choose to continue. So we've done everything. I've gotten all the extra collectibles with Saga. I've attempted to get everything with Wake, but again, they bar access for me getting into the tunnel section, so can't actually do that, unfortunately. But as far as everything that I actually have access to, I think I've done it all. So we can go ahead and continue, see where it takes us. I'll overwrite that one.
I'm ready to head to Cauldron Lake now. Let's get the plan started.
Okay, here we go. We'll be there for you. What do you need from us?
I'll head to Cauldron Lake with the clicker.
Scratch will try to get you, Anderson. You'll need backup.
I can tell there's no talking you out of coming, Casey. Estevez, is there a way to get that light array to the lake?
Oh, I've got you covered, so good news there. And we'll bring our mobile containment unit. It's specially built for entities like Scratch.
And this work of art, Anderson. What's the plan for that?
I'll make some calls on the way. Just meet me at Cauldron Lake.
We're gonna have to do with some rocker grandparents. Beginning of the end. That is true. I did take a look to see if we can get any additional commercials. It would seem kind of ill-timed to play them now, all things considered. But there's one that's supposed to play on this TV at the beginning of the game, but I think you get locked out of it after a certain chapter. So I keep walking into this room, but nothing pops up on that screen. And then there's another one that pops up, I think, from what I read, is at the very end of the game, or if you have an option to explore after the main game story, something like that.
Thor, I need the old gods of Asgard. I need a very special song.
You can't even hear that. Shouldn't we be able to hear that? We can read it on the subtitles, but I could barely hear it.
You saw this coming, huh? Of course. I need a song about Alan Wake. About bringing him out of the dark place. I hope they've still
Just
got
hang up.
it.
All right. Well, Cauldron Lake, here we come.
Pick up. David, please pick up.
David.
David! It's me. Where have you...
Stop.
For once, you need to listen. You left me. You took my daughter away from me. Then you let her... She's dead because of you. And I don't ever want to hear your voice again. Stop calling me.
David!
That answers that question.
Jesus Christ. It's getting worse. It's spreading. I'm running out of time.
It was proposed that the world-changing events could potentially be localized, so wouldn't go any further than Bright Falls, but doesn't look like that's the case. Get to the lake shore. I think we could probably get there a little quicker if we take the shortcut. Besides, I don't want to travel through the bulk of the forest anyway. It doesn't seem like a good idea. It's incredibly dark, though, so... I can barely see. Oh, I think we're locked out of it. I think that is the path. It's just there's a tree there, and Saga apparently doesn't want to climb over it. So, alright. We'll take the long way.
We're incoming with the lights, Anderson. Where do you want them?
Set them up on the shore. We need to be ready if Scratch shows up.
We'll be ready. That's the best out.
Nice. Goddamn. Oh, you know what? That's probably because I have the upgrade. And I've never seen a barrel on a shotgun like that. That's weird. Yeah, if you get real up close and personal, I suppose, you do some insane damage. So, that's cool.
That must be Tornodin. Maybe I should check in.
Kiddo! We're almost at the gig! And Odin's run over 4 minions of darkness! The boss is our hammer! I'm driving with one hand!
I need you to meet me at the shore.
Whoa.
Is the song ready?
Almost! Odin's got a killer chorus! Come save your soul, awake new and whole. By name I will summon him. Whoa, tree! What tree?
Say, it's not going to do us any good if they die on the way over.
Who the fuck put the tree in the middle of the road? We're not on a road.
Drive carefully, Grandpa.
Pedal to the metal, bro! Metal to the metal! Yeah!
They left the door.
Very rock and roll way to drive.
Let's hope they didn't lose any band equipment on the way. Oh, hey, is that the witch's cabin? Bro. These guys are bros. Literally, though. But also, the truest of bros. Because you can only rock with another bro. It's impossible to do otherwise. I'm going to follow the felled tree trail. Drive through the water. There's also the hope that if there was any taken, they would have driven over them. That kind of sounded like it, though, because I think I hear something going on in the distance. Well, there's the car. Love it. Pretty damn good upgrades with the weapons. The rifle, we can cut through the shield if we allow it to focus a little bit, so don't have to worry about shining a light on them and expending battery power. Alright. Problem here is...
The lights in the containment cell are good to go, Anderson.
Great. A Torinode in there yet?
The two golden oldies? Well, they're here. And they bought moonshine. I love them already.
They're alive.
You wanted to know what art we would use? Well, that's them. I'll be there soon.
Let me look at the shoebox. We got a lot of shit here right now. I don't think we need most of this stuff if I can help it. I'm gonna discard this. Anyway, I was gonna say the problem is I have to snake all the way around this map. It's like kind of awkward the way things are laid out at the moment. You know what? Okay, we got like 4 slots on here. Why is this not organized, actually? I feel like I would have done that before. Give me a sec. I gotta make sure it's like all nice and neatly confined. All the ammunition out of the way. I must have picked some stuff up, actually, because there's a shitload of things here that... This is like stuff I normally wouldn't even carry. Okay. So, now that we got that, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually use some of these coffee mug charms. So maybe I'll bring a couple of them with me. I don't even know if I'll have the opportunity to put them on if need be, but doesn't hurt, I suppose. Let's take a look at the rest of the charms and see if there's anything that we might want to switch out. As far as what we got equipped, stagger earnings more often. That's good. Increase quality and quantity of resources found. I'm probably not going to need that at this point. So, whatever. Take that off. You're sold on the Tetris inventory system. Yeah, this one's a lot more survival horror. I don't even remember if there was much of an inventory system in the first Alan Wake, but anytime there's something where you can organize your inventory like this, I get a little gung-ho about it. I gotta have my weapons in a particular way. I gotta have my throwable items in a particular way, health items. They all have to go in their proper places. It messes with me. I don't know if I enjoy it or not, but it's something that I can't quite help. And it's like, for the most part, you've got your quick selects and everything. You don't usually need to delve into the inventory in the heat of battle, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to open up, especially when you... What are there? There's 6? No, there's 8. 8 slots. Sometimes 8 isn't enough. You gotta jump into the inventory real quick and grab something, so... If you recall, the original was closer to Max Payne than RE4. Yeah, something like that. The original Alan Wake was definitely more of an action game. I think that's something even Sam Lake had talked about. I seem to remember an interview with him commenting on Alan Wake 2 before it came out, and he's like, well, this one's more horror-oriented. And, like, the first game is more action-oriented. And that's true. It's, like, not only in theme and tone and everything, which is, you know, vastly different from the first game, in my opinion, but just, like, the gameplay mechanics and everything, much more streamlined. Not really as in-depth or detailed as this one has been laid out to be. But it's been fun. I've been digging playing it. This inventory system sometimes gets a little messy, especially with the amount of items that I have, but I've been digging it. I think I'm going to do another rocket flare instead, so we'll do that. So I'm No more ammunition I could pick up, I don't think. These might not be a bad idea, the propane tanks. And we need one other charm. Increased damage dealt while undetected by enemies, probably not going to be helpful. Increased quantity, just took that one off. Increased resilience against being staggered and interrupted, maybe. Increased damage dealt when low on health, Increased maximum health, maybe. Increased hand flare duration and area of effect. Significantly increased time before dark shields regenerate, might be handy. Increased max amount of health restored in safe havens, no. That's one charge to Saga's flashlight, Alright, so, let's see. Low on health, maximum health, flare effectiveness, darkness shield. I just don't know what kind of enemies we're going to face. It seems like usually when there's a boss, we don't have to deal with the darkness shield. So that might not be the best thing. The charge might be handy. Maybe. I know we were just talking about the darkness shield, but that affects more than just the shield. Sometimes they have attacks and stuff, and it's better to have more charges than not. I might go for the deer one. Just getting staggered sucks. We did the last boss battle we did with, what's her face? The old woman. I forget her name. Anyway, that was a pain in the ass sometimes because she was throwing projectiles at us, just constantly tripping. Kind of getting me upset. Okay, I think we're good. We'll probably have one more opportunity to delve into the inventory if need be, but... Oh, look, they actually killed the Taken. Several. There's just bodies strewn around the area.
1, 2. 1, 2. How you feeling tonight, children? While since we played on this shore. Escape is gravity.
Finally, Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm literally backed up against the wall here. Not bad. Trying to block my way with a picnic table. Ow. It's gonna work on me.
Testing. Gonna need more reverb. I'm getting no bounce out here. Crank it up to 11.
Hey, where are my chimes?
I threw them out. Chimes are not rock and roll.
Yeah, they are. If you know how to
Turn
use
7.
them.
Summoning.
Hey! I'm here! I'm here! Let's get ready!
Anderson, we've set up control center up here overlooking the area.
Anderson, I can drop more gear down for you if you're running low.
I'll use the lights to hit the Taken when they come. Light them up for you. Bad news is we were in a hurry. The power supply is spotty. Your partner here will try to keep it running.
I'm not a damn mechanic. I wish your tech guy was here, Karen.
Take that ammo. I don't know if I need or want anything else right this second. Wouldn't be a bad idea to bust some of these open though, see what's available.
We're ready when you are.
Now we can't access the shoebox, that's good. I think I'm still going to abstain from using the first aid kits. I only got 3 of them, but they take so long to administer anyway. Plus, we've got the bonuses on the trauma pads, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue.
Just like old times, right, bro? Fighting the forces of darkness with heavy metal!
Let me check and see if there's any upgrades I can apply before we get on this. Oh, I only got 6. Never mind then. Well, they really brought out a shitload of supplies.
We're ready to rock and roll. Just say when.
Okay, I think we're ready. Goddamn, there's still more stuff out over here.
We'll play this at maximum volume.
I don't know, get a lay of the land to see what I'm working with. I mean, it's a lot of space, but it's not a ton of area. I don't know if I'm going to get swarmed or if there's just going to be one singular entity.
We're waiting for your signal, Saga. This'll be a show for the ages.
All reloaded and everything.
Grandpa, you signal me when the song is done, and I'll use the clicker to bring Wake back. Hit it!
Hello, Colgren Lake. Great to see so many federal agents here
Expect to get
tonight.
swarmed. Always expect to get
Prepare
swarmed.
to
All right.
experience a soul
Probably a good
stirring, mind
rule of thumb.
act of black magic and sorcery. This song goes out to our favorite tortured writer. Let these sweet tunes guide you out of the darkness. It's called Dark Ocean Summoning. Hey, you're making me look bad in front of Saga, bro. Let's try that again.
Oh boy. Oh, they even brought pyrotechnics. Good.
A whole lot of paranatural crimes happening right now. It's fucking awesome. I want a t-shirt.
The show's drawing a crowd.
Take an incoming, Anderson.
Where? Oh, great. Yep. We're right. It's gonna be a swarm. Shit. Man, I can't even keep track of everything that's on me.
I'll light him up.
Behind me.
I got him for you, Anderson. Anderson, heads up.
Where'd you throw it?
Anderson, trouble on the way. Anderson, on the right.
pitching and kicking though. They're pretty good. I don't know I forget who the actual band is, but I remember looking them up after playing the first game. Pretty sure they got the same people. Sounds like something's happening out there. I'm not looking though.
They're coming.
Oh, shit.
I'll get him into the light.
Whoa, that's a big one. God damn. Poets of the Fall. Okay, that sounds familiar, so I'll take your word for it. Pretty sure that's who they were.
Anderson, they're trying to stop the song.
Uh-oh.
Taking or going for the old guys. Yes.
Not that. Guess we got them all.
Power of rock and roll.
What was that? The pyrotechnics they had? Guess they came prepared. Wanna use it right now? We have to wait for the song to finish. There it goes.
What happened? Why didn't it work?
It may
I did
have.
everything right. Art to bring him back? Clicker to make it real? So where the fuck is he?
I don't know. Maybe he has to do something on his own. We didn't quite wrap things up with Alan, I don't feel. GG, yeah, probably is more. But, not bad. We didn't even end up using the coffee charm, so.
Parliament Tower.
Managed to get through.
It was back.
Hell of a scrap. It's like if they did a reprise of Poet and Muse. There's been a few of their songs playing. Sometimes they'll have them on the background, like jukeboxes and radios throughout, and been a couple times where they've been playing, but I don't remember if they did that one in particular. Alright, looks like there is still some stuff we have to do with Wake. Place looks like
I've
shit.
been here many times before. I didn't know how many. This felt different. Like my last chance. If it wasn't already too late.
Probably feels different because it looks like shit. Once again. No photo equipment. Initiation 9 gone.
Nobody lived here anymore. Was I too late?
won't end. Like a nightmare I can't wake up from. I thought I could contain Ellen in my photos, but I can't. The monster just keeps coming back. Every night. Like waves hitting the shore. I'm so tired. He's here all the time now. There's so much rage inside of him, I can't stand it anymore. God, I tried so hard. I can't. I can't. I have made a decision. Most of you won't understand. People call me an artist, but I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to show the world what I see. I can't keep going like I have been. It's time for a perspective shift. To go from photographer to subject. From artist to art.
Alice Wake took her own life shortly after completing her work on The Dark Place. She will be missed, but will live on through her art. What follows are her final photographs.
Alice was dead. Scratch tortured her until she couldn't stand it anymore. Until she broke. And all that time, she thought it was me. Scratch was still here. He hadn't escaped the dark place yet. He was scratching my edits out of return. I had seen this before. This was not Scratch. This was me. Caught in a loop. I had stopped myself trying to fix the manuscript. I was the one haunting Alice. It was always me. I killed her. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
End of initiation. Oh, also I missed that. I think probably while we were doing our little whatever, the shoreline deal. Big wave of enemies there, but is this a PS5 game? It is. I think it's released on PS5. I'm pretty sure it is, and on Xbox Series X as well. But this particular version that I'm playing is on PC, which I guess is exclusive to the Epic Games Store. I kept looking for it on Steam. I'm like, where the hell is this thing? But it's being produced by Epic, so I guess they have exclusive rights to distribute it on PC. Yeah, Epic Store exclusive. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I never looked up to see if that was officially the case, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to get it on anything else as far as PC is concerned. Unfortunately. But if you got a modern console, you can get it on Xbox or PlayStation. More than likely, it's probably a timed exclusive. So if you're adamant about playing stuff on Steam, then
bring Wake back from the dark place.
You'll likely be able to do it in a year's time.
But he didn't end up here now. He landed on the shore after I faced Nightingale in the overlap. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! He got out with my face scratch!
That night I found Wake here. He appeared because of this. The summoning. That was Wake. Scratch wasn't pretending to be Wake. They're the same person.
Bitch. He's here! Scratch! Watch out, Anderson!
Estevez, Scratch is Wake with a dark presence inside him. He wants the clicker. Change of plan. I'll lure him to the cell. When we're inside, lock it and blast it with all you got. Hit him, Estevez!
Too fast. Anderson, pin him down with gunfire for me to get the light on him.
On it!
Damn it. Anderson, we lost power.
Oh, jeez. Take a little while on that. Son of a bitch.
Use the light on him. Ha! Got him. He's trapped. This is your shot, Anderson. Turn the lights.
Do I have to? Okay, I must have to like mash that or something because it's not doing anything when I'm holding it. Every other time we've had to do this though, interact with something, it's always hold the button, not mash it.
We're here for you, Saga!
Estevez! Lights!
No, you still have to hold it. It just takes a long ass time.
Lights are out. Look out, Anderson!
Wait, actually, I don't even know if that's what you need to do. Hold on. I think it's mostly like turning it. I don't know. He just walked by me, yeah. He's going for the nothing personnel technique.
Too fast. Shoot him to pin him down.
Hey, what the hell do you think I was doing right there?
Got him. Get the light on him. We lost power. He's free.
Anderson, he's coming.
Ugh. Okay, that's what we're supposed to do.
Need to get the other one pointed toward the cell as well.
Be ready.
Trap him now! Got him.
I need to get supplies.
Got away.
Hang in there, Anderson.
You're gonna be sorry, Scott. Reach him a lesson.
Anderson, I can't get the light on him.
Oh. God damn it. He staggered for a second. I thought it was a good time.
That's no fun. Don't let him fool you.
Now, Estevez. The light. I got him as long as we got power.
Turn the thing faster, god damn it.
Shit, he's free. Lost the lights.
I'll fix it. We can hit him again.
Almost. If I had like a split second more, I would have been able to lock it in place.
Back in business.
Bullets here. Shotgun, a little better. Let me get a little closer to this light over here.
I can trap him with the light if you slow him down. Now, Estevez! I got him pinned. Hurry, Anderson.
Now I need to get him in the cell.
We lost power. He's free. Estevez, Casey, now!
Get lit.
I'm sorry.
Indeed.
Wait.
That was a pain in the ass,
Is it
too.
you?
I'm so sorry.
Did it work? Casey?
Casey. Don't let him. No.
How did they get out of the container? Or did it just break?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, folks, but it's official. Tear Fest is canceled. Today, Bright Falls feels a little less bright.
Oh. Yeah, oops. Didn't go exactly as planned. Oh good, we get the song. It's actually probably going to be available on the radio, but nice that they end the chapter that way.
I named the stars over
Tom, we need to get to our next gig.
What is he wearing?
We're doing this for you and our lovely Saga.
Trying to read what it says on the back there, but I can't. It's like a leather jacket or something.
Don't screw it up, Tom!
I'd seen it all play out. Like a horror movie I'd been forced to watch. The Dark Presence held all the cards now.
Welcome back, Wake. You are Wake now, right? With the shadow out of you? Some good news, at least. Bad news is, I haven't seen a situation this fucked since the AWE in Eagle River. The shadow's now in Alex, and Anderson is gone. We need to figure out how to salvage this.
I'll do anything it takes to fix this, Agent Estevez. I'm the reason this is all happening.
It's never that simple. But I should have put you in a box and shipped you off to a containment facility the second I laid eyes on you. The only question now is, are you able to fix this?
I can try.
Not the most encouraging answer, but we'll make it work.
Give the old college try.
What's the situation?
I've never seen an entity break a bureau containment unit like that. And now the Dark Presence is occupying Agent Casey? When it attacked him in the woods, it must have been preparing for this.
And now he has the clicker. Scratch. The Dark Presence inside Casey. It threw Saga into the lake. If she ends up in the dark place, she could be there forever. It took me 13 years to get out. Zane never did.
Tor and Odin went in after her, right? Maybe they'll get her out. With the power of rock and roll.
I saw them when I was trapped there. They performed in my musical.
I'm immediately less optimistic about this.
You don't want to explain that?
Scratch will go to Bright Falls and use the clicker to bring about the horrific ending he wrote for Return. But I can
All right, man. That was good having you here.
Scratch must have the manuscript.
Thanks for dropping by, but you have a good evening.
I can rewrite it.
Have a productive meeting and all that.
Well, you won't get very far without these. This plan is a real Hail Mary, Wake. I wish I could help, but this is all on you. I got you every kind of weapon we have available.
3.
Don't fuck it up.
We have 3 weapons.
I needed a car. The FBI vehicle would be at the parking lot.
What? It's like he started talking and it just got muted out. Said something he needed a car? I don't know. I'm guessing we don't have the inventory that he had initially. Yeah. All right. At the very least, it seems like everything's hotkeyed the way it should be. Or no, it isn't actually. This isn't anywhere. Always gotta be a pain in the ass with this kind of stuff. I think that's ammo. Leave that there. Actually, wait, yeah, I do want to quick slot that. Let's put that there. Move that up top. Move that there. That's actually probably what I wanted to do, but not right this second. Okay. Now I think we're good. I don't suppose any of these other containers are open for us, are they? No? Despite the fact that they are, in fact, unopened. Maybe they just got shut in the ensuing chaos. Okay. They appear to have lost the wheel. Actually, the tour bus has several sets. Yeah, alright. Actually, wait a second. It's not even a tour bus. It's the old folks' home van. Anyway, Getting distracted. Guess that's not the way we go.
I was awake again, clear-headed for the first time in what felt like a lifetime. I was back exactly where I left. A dark forest outside Bright Falls. A gun in one hand, a flashlight in the other. Haunted by my own writing. Alice taken from me. I knew what I had to do. Stop the horror story from coming true. Stop the dark presence.
Just tore through that, huh? Got a little bit of an orchestrated backing track. That's interesting. I mean, there's music in this game, obviously, but, you know, it seems fairly subtle and low-key, typically, when we're in, like, a combat situation, so something like that is a little bit more in your face.
We watch in the night!
Goddamn. 3 enemies. Jack shit for ammo, too. Nobody giving me any ammunition for this? Okay, then. Maybe we need to go to Witchfinder Station, because it seems like the way up to the general store is blocked. Kinda wish some of these supply boxes would get replenished. Yeah. I guess Saga was the one that had the maps for these areas, so we ain't gonna get nothing for it. There's a light up there which tells me that we can get up to that spot. Maybe, okay. I'm just looking in the wrong area. Well, no, that's the witch signboard. The witch signboard strictly goes up to the witch's ladle. There's the witch's cabin. Here we go. It's blocked off. Okay, alright, we found it. Back on track. Oh, look. My request has been answered. Guess I could start using the flare gun if I really wanted to. Try to reserve that for emergency situations, but I suppose when you're getting swarmed by 3 enemies, it probably is an emergency situation. Squeeze under that, maybe? No? Out of all the locations, Cauldron Lake is the one I revisited the least. I think I tried to sweep up and do everything kind of in one go. So walking around through here again is... well, not everything is ringing a bell. Mildly confusing. Remember this? I think this takes us up quite a ways. Yeah, if we can find the shortcut path, if I can find the gate. There it is. Ow. Something happened there. Oh! It's like there's this big tree on the side of me. I figure enemies wouldn't be able to get me from that spot. But I think I got tagged twice there. Once right after I shot the big guy and whoever was standing right next to him, and the second time just sort of like right as I died there. Didn't work out. Here, and a shitload of enemies might be a better
In the dark place,
opportunity to just run for these guys.
Came to me. When I was pulled back here, crossing over weakened it, made it dormant. I couldn't remember what had happened, but I could feel it, getting stronger, waking up. I thought it was hunting me, closing in. It was inside me the whole time, and then it took over. Turned me into scratch.
Not even a save point with all this light. Good decision. What, to run from that battle? Yeah, I don't know how many of them there were, but it's like I killed the big guy, I think, with the flare gun. Killed another little one, and probably two after that with the combination of the shotgun and the pistol. So that's like 4 enemies down. And it sounded like there was 2 or 3 more. So probably gonna have to run from that. Otherwise, I'm expending all my ammo. Remember how to drive, Wake? And if you remember how to drive, do you remember how to get to Bright Falls?
I brought Saga Anderson into this story to help me escape. She succeeded. It cost her everything. I'd used Alex Casey in my writing for years. The real Casey had been drawn here because of that. Now he was a victim too. Saga, Casey, Alice, all this horror originates from me. It's my fault. Scratch had to be stopped. I've driven down this road before. Been driving on it forever. If Scratch had brought the dark place here, this would take me back inside. In 2010, I had dived in, a leap of faith for Alice, with no idea that the cost would be a nightmare worse than death. It had taken me 13 years to get out. Now Alice was dead because of me. And I was gonna make that leap again, this time knowing the cost all too well. Another way to look at it, I had brought the dark place here with me. I never had gotten out. Maybe after this I finally could. It was a fool's hope. I had no choice. I had to do it. That didn't make me any less terrified. Fuck it.
It ain't quite dark. Hey, it's Deerfest.
This is not what I expected.
They got their deer masks on.
And departure is one-upped by the absolutely mind-frying Dark Ocean summoning.
Finally, we get to see Deerfest. They were promising it for so long in the first game.
And captivating.
Wow. Toilets here. It's everything I thought it would be. Oh, here's the diner. We started on the opposite end of the road that I thought we did.
It's time for Koskela Brothers Book Club.
Ah, there's the other commercial. This is
Hello,
the last one.
I'm Ilmo Koskela, and welcome to the Koskela Brothers Book Club. This week we will review the highly anticipated new novel by Alan Wake, Return. Return is printed on a firm, high-quality white offset, uncoated paper stock, making every page a true delight to turn in your fingertips. Alan Wake's brilliance
It's a feature now, huh?
play with his choice of a hardcover book jacket made of a premium enamel stock with gloss lamination that is both tasteful and pleasant to the touch. Isn't that right?
No Yako.
Wake set a high standard with his previous novels, but I can say without hesitation that Return contains the best and most compelling book description on a back cover that I have ever read. This book blurb is truly riveting and will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. It is accompanied by a tasteful photograph of Alan Wake's home here in Bright Falls. The book weighs 1 pound and 3 ounces. Return is a true masterpiece. I'll give it a perfect score of 5 Alma beers out of 5.
It's not quite the
How
review
about
of
you?
one would expect. Good description on the description on the back.
Alan Wake has done it again. This was the Koskela Brothers Book Club. Cheers.
Glad we got the weight in there. Slightly disappointed we didn't get the dimensions. But we know what kind of paper it's printed on.
I needed to get a copy of Return. I needed to read the ending to have a shot at changing it. I was inside Scratch's ending, a perverse version of reality. The townspeople brainwashed. Everyone and everything revolved around Return, as if it had just been published.
The tragedy of Saga losing her family is a blatant commentary on a woman's struggle to balance her personal...
That guy still doesn't have any clothes on, huh?
Fight scene in Departure is one-upped by the absolutely mind-frying Dark Ocean Summoning.
Everybody says the same thing, too. Okay, those guys are in towels as well. It has been a while since we've seen this place in the daytime. Anytime you're walking around in this game, it's always like at dusk or the afternoon, like late afternoon, sunset, dawn, maybe, night. I haven't seen bright falls in the day since the original game. Get through here or no?
I could see the round windows of the writer's room in the photo. That's where I had to go, to rewrite the ending of Return.
It's a sick, sick story, and I love it. To die for.
Shit.
Let me just read it real quick.
I could get out through the back. I had the book now. I could write my ending to Return. I had to get to the writer's room to stop this horror story. This was an obsessive, egocentric nightmare, all revolving around a vain monster of a writer and his final divine work of art, the novel Return come true. It wouldn't stop here. It would keep spreading.
Oh, actually, well, it's not like I was looking out for the windows or anything. This is the Valhalla nursing home. And up there would be the room behind that door we could never get into. Guess I'm going in through the back.
I had to find another way inside.
Just break a window or something. Like everything's been locked so far. Do we have to go through the performance center, the wellness center, whatever it is? Okay.
Alice? What was that? Alice was dead. Was this a trap? Or was Scratch torturing me?
What even is Scratch at this point? Get the feeling like it's probably not worth looking through anything. Let's see if we can get to the save point. Nope.
Shit! Scratch! Shut the fuck up!
I don't think telling him to fuck off is actually going to make him do so.
Get your butt in here, Alan. It's safe here. We're safe in the light, Alan. For now. But he's very pushy.
Rose, right? From the diner. How are you here?
She did work in the
I'm
diner.
here to save you, silly.
Actually, you know what? She might have been in the diner in the beginning of the game.
I found every hidden message you left for me. In the radio, in the wind, in the forums on my Alan Wake fan site.
What? No, Rose, I haven't been leaving you any messages.
Oh, I get it. Yes, Alan, only a crazy person would think you've been leaving them secret messages. Wink. But now you need to get your butt upstairs, Alan. This shit won't right itself, no matter what William Shakespeare said.
Right. Thank you, Rose. I'll do what I can.
I don't know. I guess I'm confused by the point that she works as a nurse here in the home. But I'm pretty sure,
Upstairs.
yeah, she was at the beginning of this one.
The writer's room must be in the attic.
But she was definitely the
That's where the
obsessive
windows
fan
are.
that was in the first game.
We'll loop around and come together, Tom. I have put everything ready for the visitors. I'll come to wash the floor of your room next. All you need is water and Vileda. Water is the oldest bulb. Water finds its way. What water brings, it takes away. It can be clean or dirty. It can give life or drown it.
Ahti. I didn't expect to see you here, but it makes sense. Can you help me find my way? One last time.
Now there's a devil in the fish trap. Don't be spooked by it so that shit won't start beating your underpants. Okay. I'll get the door open for you, Tom. There you go. The matter is a stake. Now comes the end of the rhyme.
Thank you, Ahti. I was here. I needed to write the ending. I only had one chance to get this right. I needed an ending that took everything already in return and extended it into a conclusion that would save us. Only the perfect ending would work.
Oh, I was going to say, just make up some bullshit. And it was all a dream.
Return's ending was an eternal deerfest that would keep spreading. Given time, Scratch would plunge the world into his nightmare. I had to stop that from happening. I had to write one more chapter for Return. A perfect ending that would save us all. I was the only one who could write it. Everything depended on this. On me. Any second now, Scratch would burst through that door to stop me. Every plot thread dangled in my brain. It suddenly felt impossible. Something stirred in the room, coming to me. An idea. Victims and monsters. The ending has to fit the genre if it's going to work. In a horror story, there's only victims and monsters. If there is Arrow, they will ultimately pay a heavy price.
I won't let the horror story take Logan and Casey. They were dragged into this. They need to survive. Non-negotiable.
Not just them. We need to try to save everyone.
The ending will have to be dark no matter what. The more people we save, the greater the cost. And the hero must pay the price.
The scales always need to balance. Something felt different. I'd never seen myself in a vision before, but it fit. Saga and I were both at the center of this story. She was now my co-author. This was the beginning of the end. We were characters in a horror story, charging blindly towards the finale. We still didn't have everything we needed. This would not work without the clicker.
The final Deer Vest.
What's going on? Am I in the field office? No. It's the mine place. My work. It's all gone. What the hell is happening? Nothing's working. I can't think straight. I can't sense anyone. Where is everything?
It's not quite television static.
I can't leave. Why can't I leave? The Dark Presence took over Casey, stole the clicker from me. The last thing I remember is him throwing me into Cauldron Lake. I'm in the dark place. I'm lost. I don't know how to get out. I don't know what to do. That wasn't me. Was it?
I don't know.
Failed who? What's happening to the case board? The board says I failed them. Who's them? I let everyone down. Logan, Casey, myself. This is my fault. My daughter is dead. My partner was taken over by a monster. I'm trapped in the dark place. Powerless. I'm not powerless. What is happening here? This isn't me. Logan, I neglected my family for my job. I was too thrilled by the cases, the mysteries. I liked how dangerous the work was. And now that danger has destroyed my family. It killed my daughter. No. Casey. Casey depended on me. And I let him down. I wasn't watching his back. I got wrapped up chasing the wrong lead. He needed me. Now he's turned into a monster. He needed me. Scratch took Casey, and it's my fucking fault. I'm a terrible mother. I let my daughter die. I'm a failure. This is what I deserve.
The
story. My life, my family is just part of a book. Another white asshole deciding what I get to do, how I get to do it. He took my daughter from me. I'll never be free of this story from him. He used her. She's not dead. God damn it. No! I'm done with this. It just keeps coming back.
They all have different text. You're the only one who won't accept she's dead. What makes more sense, everyone is wrong, or you are. If you hadn't been at work, she'd still be alive. She died alone, scared, begging for you to help, and you weren't there. As water filled her lungs, she realized you weren't coming. You could even still call yourself a mother after you let your only child die. You're blaming a horror story instead of yourself. You coward, admit she's dead, and you killed her. You killed her.
Something's very fucking wrong here. Casey was hurt. I should have been watching his back. This case, this room, is any of it even real? Night Springs. Logan and David love that show. Their weekly ritual. Casey was being corrupted and I did nothing.
Injury report, subject Alec Casey, FBI, description of injury. 2218, subject seems physically weakened with some confusion about his whereabouts and events. Concussion? Similar symptoms to those becoming shaded individuals. Exposure to the shadows suspected, but not confirmed. You knew he was hurt, you knew the dark presence did something to him. He didn't care, he only pretended to care when it was convenient, and the second he became a liability, he let Scratch have him.
Scratch was Wake. How could I miss that?
That's what I was saying. Transcript of interview with subject Alan Wake, suspected para-utilitarian. Location Bright Falls, Washington. Interview Karen Estevez, lead agent. Is this different from the one? Yeah, I guess it is. Mr. Wake, you've been taken into an FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date. But for now, I need to ask if there's anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel. Anything we may need to know. Okay, yeah, this is all the same. You mentioned this dark presence before. There are so many hints. How did you miss this? Wake was scratched. It was right under your nose. Wake was scratch, Wake was scratch, Wake was scratch, Wake was scratch. Wake. That's what I was saying, but at least they're acknowledging
I never
it.
should have trusted these.
What, the manuscript pages? Use the manuscript pages as a crutch instead of doing my job.
Why is this happening?
Wake was scratch all along. I had no idea.
What is this?
Ignored the fact that the dark presence was affecting Casey.
This isn't... What?
Took Logan away from her father.
What's happening?
This has all been a hallucination.
It feels like I'm trapped in a nightmare. Stuck in an echo chamber with all my fears, my doubts, my insecurities.
Casey was injured because I left him behind.
Come on! spent too much time away from Logan. Logan. The horror story used her.
I've had it with you cultist maniacs!
I never should have left Casey at the hotel by himself. The cult was just the beginning of the spiral. Scratch. He's using Casey now, like he used Wake.
Gonna say, I don't. Saw the Casey thing there when it popped up, and I was like, wait a second, we hadn't profiled him yet, but neglected to click on it.
It was so obvious the Koskela brothers were behind the cult.
Gilbal and Yako were running a cult right under my nose.
That's not...
Couldn't
No.
protect Casey from Scratch.
What's happening to me?
Casey was wrong to put his trust in me.
What the hell?
I abandoned my partner to investigate on my own.
I hate this, but it's all true. I had tried to silence these thoughts. Focus on the case. But I can't escape them anymore. I'm drowning. I need a way out before I'm dragged under.
Logan's death broke something inside of me.
God damn it!
Logan was alone.
What the fuck? No. There has to be a way out. I need a way out. Oh God. None of this is real. I've lost it. I'm not even here. The mind place isn't real. A case about supernatural darkness. I'm having a full-on psychotic break. I dragged Logan away to a tin can in Watery. She's dead because of me. There has to be a way out. I need a way out. It's over. There's no point trying. Everything is lost. There's no way out. No way to fix this. There's no way out. I'm stuck here forever. Just me and my past. My guilt. My mistakes. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm stuck. But this is my mind place. My mind. Everything I need is here. It has to be. Oh! The lights! No. No. I'm not giving up. Focus, Saga. The answers I need are here somewhere. I just have to look. My badge. Never should have taken this case. No, I'm not reading anymore. Scratch was too much for us. I should have made Casey stay behind.
That's $20 in her mind place. Wonders what she could do with it and asks her brain. $20 can buy many peanuts. Explain how. Money can be used in exchange for goods and services. Ah, good. Coffee mug?
I saw this online and it made me think of Okay, what are you doing? Don't make a big deal out of it, Mom. No hugs, no hugs.
Not the worst, Mom. Not the best, but not the worst. The bug Logan gave me.
I'm not a perfect mom, but I'm doing my best. Logan was just being nice when she...
Okay. They cannot use that scream. I hear a split second of it, and I know exactly which one it is. They used it before, and I'm like, that's that scream that they use in SpongeBob and or Flapjack, but it sounds so ridiculous at this point.
Gave me that mug. I never deserved her. Fuck, no! No, no, no! I can't do this.
Hey, Mom, I made you a charm bracelet for good luck. I made a matching one for me, so bring me back something cool from Washington.
Stop blaming yourself, Anderson. A knife in the arm is just part of the job. If you're gonna keep fussing, you can get the hell out. But leave the whiskey.
Hey. Just calling to say thanks for your note. Oh, sometimes I just get in my head too much. So, thanks for pulling me out. You're really the best, Mom. Really.
Yeah, she had all these items at the beginning. The Mind Palace. I don't know if they disappeared in the game throughout the duration of it, but I remember looking at all of them.
Anderson, look, after Miranda left, it was, well, I was in a bad place. You dragging me to those dinners at your house with your family, it really, meant a lot. Thank you.
There's another photo on the side there, I think.
I am honored by this award. Thank you. While our agency must continue to improve, the work we do here, protecting communities, pursuing the truth, it's the most important work there is.
Just gonna approach every single thing that's in here. Make sure nothing else pops up.
I can't let this place make me question myself. I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Casey trusts me. I know he does. I'll just let him down again. No, this is all real. I know it is. It's not too late. I can still save them. No matter what I do, someone will get hurt. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid. I'm my own worst enemy. The fears in my head are stopping me from trying. From leaving. It's okay to be afraid. But I can't let this end here.
I can't. I just want it to stop.
Giving up won't make this stop. Logan needs me. Casey needs me. I've made mistakes. I'll make more. But I can do better. And I can start by leaving this room.
I'm afraid it will hurt. But nothing will hurt more than not trying to save them.
It will hurt. But I will fight. The dark place tried to trap me here. The only way to leave is facing it head-on. Wake called it a nightmare. I need to dive into that nightmare and find a way back home.
Case closed. Apparently we got everything back now. Oh look, there's all this stuff. We still have stuff that's like for later. I don't get that. It's like, are we not near the end of the game by this point? Maybe I should read these. Cult of the Tree targeted by people, corrupted people. Goal is to protect the community. Ritual was meant to destroy Taken, not create them. Was already taken. Cult's ritual would have stopped him, but it was interrupted. I don't know what the manuscript says. Let's just find it eventually. Cole found Wake's pages inside Taken and believed he was the cause. Still got shit for later. All right. Oh, hey. Oh, what the hell? Like, didn't zoom out at all. Okay. Well, now that we got everything sorted. Can we leave? Get on in there.
Saga, wake up.
I was gonna say, is she in the New York dark place now? Return 9, come home. Oh yeah, I think she is.
The payphone was ringing. Somehow I knew the call was for me. Hello?
It's me again. You need to go to the statue at Parliament Tower Plaza. To make your ending come true, you will need what's inside the shoebox there.
The ending? A shoebox? Who is this?
Who plays the voice? I was thinking might have been Alice. Could be Estevez. Is that Breaker? Let's go see him before we get to the statue. I think he might be in this room. Oh.
Agent Anderson. Is that really you? Sorry, this place likes to play tricks.
Sheriff Breaker? What happened to you? How did you end up in the dark place?
I was brought here. Snatched away from the morgue by a man named Warland Dorr. Been trying to piece it together for...
a while.
Well, it feels like a long time now.
Who is this Dorr person?
He's here. Somewhere. I've been seeing his face in my dreams for years. This whole thing is insane. But he is much more than he seems. He's connected to all of this.
I need to get to Parliament Tower Plaza. Do you have any idea where it is?
This place, it's like trying to find your way around in a dream. I've been trying to map it, but it keeps looping, shifting. Like there were many versions stacked on top of each other. There is a page. Describes Dorr finding his way through this place. I tried to follow the steps, but no luck.
Can I see that page, Tim?
Of course. In fact, it's the page I tried to give you back in the morgue in Bright Falls. Huh. Now that I think about it, maybe Dorr brought me here to keep you from reading it. Here. I'm gonna keep looking for Dorr. The closer I get, the closer I feel to waking up. I need to find the man behind the curtain.
Warland Dorr walked across the rain-slicked tiles of Caldera Street Plaza. He stopped at the door to the construction yard. A poster for his talk show hung there. He stepped through, willing it to take him to Parliament Tower Plaza.
I know what I need to do. The door to Parliament Tower Plaza was at the construction yard.
Warland Dorr walked across the rain-slicked tiles of Caldera Street Plaza. The rain didn't seem to touch him. He sensed his steps were being observed, documented into the story. He allowed it, this one time for this one reason, to be passed on by his unwilling disciple, to read at the right time. The ocean that was the dark place took the shape of New York City, drawn for the mind of Alan Wake. In part for the writer to navigate his prison, in part to torment him as he struggled to find his way out. Dorr was not bound by the rules as Wake was. He came and went as he pleased. For now, Dorr entertained the writer's fantasy, for a purpose known only to him. At the edge of the plaza, he stopped at the door to the construction yard. A poster for his talk show hung there, another part of Wake's fiction. He stepped through, willing it to take him to Parliament Tower Plaza.
Is that the door then, or I guess it would be, right? Last second I noticed that there was potentially some supplies here. Oops. Cable for my headphones got taken out. There we go. And I accidentally closed my chat. Try to pull it back up. How did that even happen? It's like all my chat windows just closed. Okay.
I made it. I need to get up to the street and find that statue.
Things getting choppy. Got half a mind to see if I should restart it, because that's what worked last time. But we haven't really had a save spot or anything go on for a minute here, so. Anything going on too? Why is... It's like the camera also seemed to be like lagging, and then for whatever reason it kept pulling up the keyboard and mouse. Like a UI instead of the controller.
Enough already.
It's Pripyat.
There's the shoebox.
It's got a similar vibe to it, I suppose.
Clicker. And some kind of bullet.
Bullet of light.
How did the clicker get here from Washington?
Well, this is presumably the dark place, so it's connected to Mr. Scratch or whatever. Guess we're not going that way. Not too sure how to get out of here. It's like I thought maybe go back up to the Parliament Tower, or try to skirt around, see if we find something, but there's nothing here. Well, that's what I was talking about last time. I mentioned that during the last stream, but it's like they shouldn't have called the game Alan Wake if he wasn't going to be in it for even a half of it. Definitely seems like Saga's segments have taken up more of it, but I might have called it like, I don't know, Cauldron Lake, or you could have called it like his book names. You could have called it like Return or something like that. I had mentioned too, it's like, it's not like I mean, maybe for like an IP or something like that as a company, it probably would be a good idea to keep it going, to retain it. I don't know. I don't know if it would need to be specifically retained as a video game or if you could do it separately. What the hell's going on? The world didn't load. Oh no, not again. It's the same situation like when we dealt with the basement. This game just refuses to load worlds sometimes. Now Saga's all twisted up. Saved 1 minute ago. That's good. Well, that was interesting. Anyway, my point being is that Alan Wake is not a household name. Also, the first game was not a huge success. So you don't necessarily, it's not going to like, I think from the name alone, it's probably not going to sell too many units. So I don't think it's a necessity to keep it. But yeah, considering that, you know, he's an integral part of the game, but it's definitely not about him. You probably could get away with naming the game something else. Okay. Escape the dark place, but I don't know how to do it. Breaker isn't here either. Alan Wake 2. Less Alan Wake. Let's check out the inventory to see if maybe the clicker turned into a usable item, but it did not. It's like if I go out too far in any other direction, though, it starts to turn dark. I mean, I guess she said in order to break free, you had to face it head on, so we could try to just keep going, but yeah, look at that. Happened that first time, too. It's like you press on into the darkness and just gets dark. I guess let me try going in here again.
The phone again.
To get back to the other square.
Yes?
Hello. You don't know me, but you need to listen.
Hold on. How did you know the clicker would be there?
This is important. Alan's lost. He doesn't have the ending. He needs your help to finish the story.
How am I supposed to help him from here? Okay. I'm in the dark place. Wake is in Washington. I could talk to him in overlaps before. My mind place is more powerful than I ever knew. I can try to contact him. Alan. We need to talk about the ending.
Saga, what is this?
My mind place. I've reached out to you like this before. But I understand more about it now.
You see visions too. I used to think they were ideas, inspiration, but they're real. Just like this now. I try to use them to make the story come true.
So this is coming from both of us. Maybe that's how we could communicate in the overlaps. We could use this to stop Scratch.
First, I need the ending.
So there's a problem with the ending?
I don't have the ending. It has to be perfect, but I don't have time to figure it out. I don't know what to do. Fuck. I'm so sorry. This whole thing is a fucking mess.
I agree. But we can still figure this out. And what exactly does perfect mean?
The elements of the ending need to come from the story's pre-existing parts. To make matters worse, this is a horror story.
So the ending has to be earned, set up by the story. You can't build a case without supporting evidence.
That's the only way to make it stick.
You don't need to tell me this is a horror story.
Right. The ending has to fit the genre if it's going to work. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters.
There must be a way to bring a hero into the story.
If there is a hero, they will ultimately pay a heavy price.
I can't let the horror story take Logan and Casey. They were dragged into this. They need to survive. Non-negotiable.
Not just them. We need to try to save everyone. I have an idea how to help Casey. He's a real person who I twisted into a character. He isn't my creation, so he isn't a suitable host for the Dark Presence. I can write that into the ending to drive that fucking thing out of him.
The final girl trope. Well, I don't know. They start painting like, you know, we've seen some of the dialogue sequences when she was talking with Rose and stuff, but they were saying, oh, Saga's the hero. Which, again, playing into the whole fact that Saga takes up a grand portion of the video game. It's like, you would think she would be the hero, but I don't know.
Well, if the ending has to fit the story, this is how I see it. Return is a story about a story that comes true. And I'm a character in this story.
Not just a character. The hero.
Okay, a hero. In any case, I've been through hell to be here. And this is my life. It feels earned to me that I rise above the story and be there to create the ending.
Yes. That's what we're doing. Here, now. We're figuring out the ending I need to write.
This isn't Scratch's ending. But this isn't your ending either. This is our ending. You aren't the only one deciding these things anymore.
You're right. I can't do this alone. Every time I write, things only get worse.
You beat this thing back in 2010, Alan. And here you are doing the same again. You're a hero too. We're in this together.
Then let's bring it home.
The only way I see that is like, you will die, Alan Wake.
The ending will have to be dark, no matter what. The more people we save, the greater the cost. And the hero must pay the price.
One of the heroes. The scales always need to balance. Fuck it. Let's go with this.
Are you sure?
There's no time for anything better. Scratch could be here any second.
Then that's our ending. I have the clicker. I'll find a way to get it to you.
And I'll get the pages down. See you on the other side.
If it's a loop, then he probably still kills himself. Guess we'll see.
This is the first time I've seen a page about Warlindor. Who is he?
A door that stands between two rooms is in both. A door that can lead anywhere is everywhere. That door is the center. He governs the currents of reality.
With all the powers mixed up in this, it's hard to know who's playing who. Opening too many doors. This isn't important right now. I can look into it later.
Is it?
The page describes him moving through the door. How can I do that?
The dark place has many faces and many names. It is a mirror, reflecting all possible realities. The family of doors have the power to shift between these realities, here and elsewhere.
If I can find a way to navigate through this nightmare, maybe I can find a way to get back home.
entering. There we go. End of the road.
Alan?
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker and the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I feel like I've always been on this journey. Okay. It must end here, this darkness. What lies under the surface now shifts. A play of shadows catching my eye, thrusting my face into the water. He's here. It's shockingly cold, past the mirror of the surface. And I will see.
KC?
The end. Scratch! Now!
A white, searing light of truth that for a flash pierces the shadows and reveals the hidden horror. And in that moment of silence, the whispered message finally heard.
Come on, you motherfucker! Come on! Come on!
What if there's nothing waiting to be revealed? The play of shadows fool us all, subterfuge to get our price of admission. Darkness not as a monster, but as emptiness. We're none the wiser. No answers, no truths. The hero turns to look inside, is destroyed by what he sees, and is redeemed. Saga said we're both heroes. I'll pay that price. So will she. We are here to kill the monster. I pray nothing comes after this. Nothing but sleep. This is how we win. Is it too easy? What if this is still the dark place? Another dream to wake up from, always coming back to the beginning. The memory of what came before burned away by this terrible realization. Maybe it's a mercy, forgetting. To know nothing when we loop around, back to...
Well, what price did Saga have to pay? Nothing? Oh my god, she had to pull the trigger. Oh, poor girl.
Anderson.
Story come true. Speed up. Sounds like there's a licensed song here too, so let's see how quickly we can get through this. I was half expecting, considering its remedy, there not to be like too many credits, but we'll see. I guess in tandem with doing live action sequences, there's probably a whole crew for that as well. There we go. It wasn't as long as a lot of AAA studios.
This part is just for you. After the haunting started, I got in touch with an organization that was still looking into what happened in Bright Falls. I went to their offices and something happened there. After I got home, I could suddenly remember everything. I remembered being trapped inside that lake. A dark ocean with echoes of myself. My fears, my photos. Inside a dark tide of madness. The same events and images looping again and again. And then I saw a light. Your light. You dove in just as I swam out. You never drowned. And you're still there reaching out. That is what the haunting is. I can see you because I've been there too. I chose to come back to the dark place. That is why I put on this exhibition. I had to mislead you so that I could get you to where you needed to be. The only way out of your loop is destruction or ascension, light or dark. And we've covered the destruction part many times over. And we're getting to the ascension bit by bit. Time means nothing here. You'll still need to go through the loop. But I will keep showing you the images you need to see, the light you need to see, until you're ready. Alan, I think we're getting close.
It's not a loop. It's a spiral.
It's not a lake, it's an ocean. It's always something we think it isn't. Alright. Ah. Wait, that must have just been the game crew that we saw in the credits. Now this is the live action? See, that's what I was talking about. And I'm like, there has to be a whole other crew for this.
There was discord, misuse of worth, and the wool over my eyes when I needed support to feel the burn, to lift me up to new heights. Sensation compelling, and I'm close.
I don't know what that song is, but I'm sure it can't be good for content claiming. I already got content claimed on one of these previous streams, but fortunately, like a lot of other artists and studios have been doing of late, they allow it to be used on YouTube without there being any, sort of issue. I think I could still even get the money from advertising, and, it's not muted or anything. Twitch is a different story. Twitch is always going to mute my stuff if I have a VOD on there with licensed music. Where you saw Ryan Reynolds on there and the credits. I don't know. Could be. Ryan Reynolds might not be a. Hey, in all memory of Lance Reddick. Look at that. The journey through the night continues. Ryan Reynolds probably isn't the most uncommon of names, so it's possible that it could have been another one. He was in this game somehow playing a role. I certainly didn't see him. And that's it. No more. Okay. I think Alan Wake is still going. So the story did not actually end here. But that's how it goes. We can look over the credits real quick, though, while this plays. Or while we talk about shit. Oh, it actually might not be doing the licensed music. So it could be safe by just letting it go the way it goes. Pretty good stuff, though, I gotta say. This game had actually caught my attention from the get-go, which doesn't always happen with games, and on top of that, it just kept me interested in what was happening, which, again, sometimes doesn't happen. But very much so with this one. Interested to see where the story went. Interested to keep playing it, just because I liked the game mechanics of it all. So, good job on them. They knocked out something pretty good here. I feel like we've talked about it in the past, but Remedy games sort of kind of can be hit and miss. At least as maybe not the game as a whole, but sometimes just different aspects about the game. Even with the original Alan Wake, I wasn't like completely won over by it. I enjoyed the game, but again, I had my complaints with it. Sometimes I felt like the story dragged in some spots here and there. Obviously, I don't remember a lot of it, so not all of it stuck with me. The big moments did, but not everything. And then just the gameplay never really broke out into more than the sum of its parts. It was pretty much just a standardized action game, and once you had been playing for about 4 or 5 hours, you basically played everything that they were going to throw at you for the rest of the game. I don't remember there being like too many puzzle elements or anything like that, even just to kind of like change up the pacing or anything. It's mostly just point the flashlight at stuff and then shoot it as soon as it becomes vulnerable. And sometimes it throws some different types of enemies at you, and you had a couple different weapons to work with, but nothing too extreme. With this one, I felt like there was a lot more variety. Not only with just like the combat mechanics, but, we had the whole case board and trying to work out things like a detective, with Alan Wake being able to switch up the landscape, change the scenes and the environment based on the different types of writing. So there was a lot going on, I feel, with the gameplay, mixing up between the two characters as well. I felt like there was enough of a difference between them where, it kind of felt mostly different. It was a good thing that they both had different maps as well, but there was plenty of variety with this one, which I always appreciate in a game, but nothing where anything felt like it was weak or dragged because more focus was put here than somewhere else. So they managed to do a lot with what they had here, and that's good. That's good. I do think, sometimes I wonder if I'll have to sit on a game or something for a bit and say, was it really better than the first one? Or, were there aspects of it that were better, but, it was kind of weak here and there. I think with this one, I feel like it's a straight up improvement over the first game in pretty much all regards. It's a different tone. It almost feels completely different outside of the theming, but the tone and the writing and gameplay styles, obviously everything's changed. Of course, the original came out in 2010, so it's been 13 years. There's a lot of room for improvement just on a technical scale, but they also mix things up enough where it did feel pretty different from the first one, but at the same time, I do like the changes that they made. First one was, as we said, an action-oriented game. Also felt a lot more lighthearted. It was rated T as well, so you were restrained in some regards as to what you could show. This one was a lot harder edge, but never felt edgy, I don't think. But here and there, it's still, you could see with the writing, still kind of retained a bit of that charm that was in the first game, but they could go a little more into the deep end, get a little darker, show a little more blood. They weren't swearing up a storm. I mean, they would curse more frequently, obviously, than the first game, especially considering the first one was teen, but I don't feel like it detracted from any of the dialogue or anything. A lot of the blending of the written elements and stuff, I think, were cool as well. Sort of the Alex Casey, like detective book novel writing type deals. Interesting to see little snippets of that kind of blended into Alan Wake's dark place, and you kind of see it echo into the real world. But a lot of different aspects here and there. Some of the writing was a little bit confusing, I would say. I wasn't sure why they changed certain aspects of it, such as Thomas Zane, changing him from a writer, which he may or may not have been a poet in the original, to changing him to a film director. It was like they had focused so much attention on Thomas Zane in the first game, it almost seemed like he was the crux of everything that was going on, and finding him would be like the big solution to everything. And in this one, he had a role to play, but it seemed significantly reduced. And on top of that, it was kind of confusing. They kept blending him with Wake, like they were one and the same in some regards. Adi the janitor would call him Tom, and same would go for the Old Gods, that band. The old guys would call him Tom or whatever. So there were some connections to Zane, but I don't know why they needed to change things up. I mean, I get that the dark place and Wake's writings might have changed some aspects of that in the real world, but it wasn't terribly clear. And I don't know. I think that was probably like one of the weaker parts. Not really sure what was going on with him. He was still trying to get out apparently, but I guess he didn't succeed. We sort of interacted with him during the hotel segment, and then he just kind of got dropped after that. So, oh well, I suppose. Speaking of things that got dropped, I was just thinking, there was a whole segment with the Koskela brothers, in particular Ilmo, when he was talking with Saga, and she was like, well, we're still going to need your help. Sorry you lost your brother, but we could still use your help fighting these things. I expected him to be showing up at the lake at the last segment there, maybe helping out, keeping the lights running or something like that, even at a very minimal participation he could have had in there, but he just, I don't know, they vanished. I don't blame him, but considering there was that bit of a setup there, I sort of assumed that they'd be making an appearance, or at least just him, Ilmo, and the rest of the Cult of the Trees, I suppose. And then speaking of the Cult of the Trees, the whole thing with Nightingale, He must have been a Taken coming out, but it's still confusing, as we talked about earlier in the stream. I don't know why, when you play as him coming out of the lake, why he seems human. And he seems in fear and afraid, but otherwise normal. And then just, just gets stabbed and stuff. On the one hand, some of it makes sense because they turn on the lights and everything, and it freaks him out. And, you see the cult coming after you, but the lights don't affect him, obviously. I don't know if, getting up real close to any of those lights would do anything outside of just make you get stabbed faster. But it's sort of a weird segment at that beginning part there. And I still don't know why they, as a red herring or whatever, just kind of throw you off, make you think that the cult's evil. I get that part of it, but why they made him, Nightingale in particular, seem human at the start, I don't know. Something about that just irked me. I feel like maybe it could have been done a little bit better so that it would make a little more sense, I suppose. What else as far as complaints go? I guess for the most part I was fine with Saga. I thought she was a fine protagonist. Seemed a little awkward sometimes. Her writing was a little weird, or maybe it was the performance with her weird, awkward, dorky jokes and some of the replies that she'd give to other people. I figured that they were going for maybe a Twin Peaks, sort of stilted dialogue type deal, but I don't know. At the same time, I think it either might have been part of the performance or maybe just some weird writing with her. She did get sort of annoying in one of the previous streams, either the last one or the one before, where she just kept doubting Wake and, saying, oh, this piece of shit, what does he think he's doing? And it's like, well, if you think about things here and there, maybe there's reason for why he's doing what he's doing, but she wasn't having anything of it. And we didn't see some of it on stream, like I mentioned, but some of the manuscripts and other little collectibles that I was picking up, and she just make all these snide remarks. She's like, well, this Wake trying to play God here, what does he think he's doing? And I feel like they sort of acknowledged that when we were doing the whole mind place segment where she was doubting herself. So maybe they sort of acknowledged it there, where she was like, oh, well, why didn't I see what was obviously right in front of me? It's like that was part of the problem too. It's like, well, I could see what's going on here. I called a lot of the story twists and turns well before they actually happened. So, unfortunately, when I sort of spoil myself, but, I guess I won't know until it actually gets confirmed. But at the same time, it's like if you see something fairly obvious and then your lead character doesn't, it sort of makes you think of them as kind of an idiot in some regards. Not saying she was for the most part, but just in those particular instances. At the very least, like I said, they called attention to it, like, oh, such an idiot for not seeing this in the first place. Yeah, you kind of are, but I guess that's how they wrote you. I don't know. But outside of that, I think she was a fine character. Loved Wake. I liked him reasoning out what was going on with the Dark Place and trying to come up with the writing to fix everything, and most of his character portrayals and, the minimal gameplay, not minimal gameplay, but the lessened gameplay in comparison to Saga that we had with him, I think was all enjoyable. I liked his depiction of his character. It seems like maybe they're going to be making a third one. If they're not making a third one, I'm assuming that they're going to make I don't know, just another game in this shared universe. Like we've been talking, it seems like they're wrapping up a lot of their IPs into one, whatever they potentially have. I don't know if they still have Quantum Break, but maybe there's some elements of that in there. Definitely Control with the FBC and all that. So maybe they're doing another game that's not necessarily super Alan Wake focused, but if we do get a third one, I do hope that we end up seeing a lot more of him. But he was good in this one. I liked everything with Wake. So good stuff. Unfortunately, this game did not perform all that great, and part of that might just be because of me streaming it and recording it at the same time. It could have something to do with sometimes the performance issues, but more than that, the stuff with the loading, that's not based on performance. That's actual in-game engine performance. And I fell through the game map twice while streaming this. And then we saw weird shit going on, with the models A-posing and then snapping into their animations after a good 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes the game would get super, super choppy and, you know, no plausible explanation outside of maybe just trying to load the game world or something around the area. And, you know, you do a restart or something, you back out of the menu, you die or whatever, and then it gets back to normal like it should be playing. So it's not all just, you know, choppy frames because we're recording and streaming. It's something's going on with the game engine itself and inability to load and game world not rendering like it should. So I don't know, some iffy things there. I feel like with the previous Remedy games that I've played, don't recall any major issues. And, you know, this could be like a sort of a case of there, you know, being a new engine or something like that they need to work around, but I don't know. I hope that they're not losing quality. For the most part, this game was pretty solid. I mean, we had everything pretty much cranked out to the highest setting and it ran pretty damn good. But just those hiccups here and there. Guess you can't always do, you know, everything as well as it should be performing. But oh well, it's one of those situations. Apparently there's a patch that they're working on that's going to fix some issues that people have been having. I've heard that some people have been getting locked out of like dialogue choices and can't progress. And so there's other problems out there. It wasn't just the ones that we'd seen here while I've been streaming. Fortunately, I never ran into anything like that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll get it fixed up and we'll get it right within a month or so. I don't know. I guess if this is end up being a timed exclusivity release, hopefully all the kinks will have been worked out by the time it gets over to Steam. So people that are holding out on that will have a more solid experience. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything else I could think of criticism-wise. We were getting a little annoyed, like me, I have a tolerance for things that happen over and over again, but, you know, chat was commenting on it, like a lot of the more jump scare aspects of it. I guess that whole section in the nursing home, a lot of stuff about that wasn't all that to my liking, but that seemed to be where they were overusing it the most. Just, you know, constant loud noises and video frames popping up, trying to spook you. And it's like, I get the picture. You could do it once or twice. You don't need to do it like every couple steps or every time I open a door. In particular, I don't know, maybe somebody else is directing the nursing home segment, but it seemed like they were really leaning on it for that particular portion of the game. And just like other things were happening there. That's where we saw the most glitches. That's where we had the horrible boss battle where he kept getting knocked over, and it took me a number of tries before I could get it right. I don't think I didn't have access to the shoebox while we were down there either. I think it was part of the overlap. I don't think you can ever access the shoebox while you're in the overlap, at least not that I can remember. But couldn't even get any like coffee mug charms or anything to help me breeze through that boss battle a little bit easier. It was all kind of just a piece of shit. Really didn't like that one. Constant projectiles and seemingly no way you could like stagger the old woman. Once she got on the ground, it was a little easier to plug some shots into her, and she didn't attack as often, but getting her to that point, pretty rough. And if she hopped back up into the air again, then good luck getting her back down. So I think probably best point of advice for that particular one is just unload as much of the heavy hitting stuff as you can into her. Hope that it's over with sooner than later. Yeah, and other than that, it might be it. Visually, this game looked great. I think, in particular, the animations were something that kind of amazed me. In some regards, just like the little motion capture things, I guess you could call it, head nods and gestures with hands, or even particular ways that people kind of like widen their eyes or squint or something. Everything done in-game, in-engine. I think I said it on the first stream, but unfortunately that one didn't take because that recording was bad, so I don't know if I said it like after we redid the first stream, but it's probably some of the best animations I'd seen since LA Noire, and not really a whole lot has come close to that. I mean, which might be a good thing, because I mean that's a super heavy motion capture game. I have a little bit more respect for guess game devs that do just hand it animation, you know, and tweaking and tweeting by hand, not necessarily just strictly relying on the motion capture. Sometimes motion capture can look a little uncanny valley. I think with this one it worked out pretty well. It wasn't always looking at sharpest. There's just some like off dialogue here and there when you're randomly talking to some NPCs that still looks basic or stiff or something, but there were some segments that really wowed me. And then outside of just like the characters and character animation, it's just the models, lighting, in-game engine lighting, all those light beams, everything looked pretty great. So it carried the visual tones and themes of the game well, just because of how good everything looked. Still, don't use that ray tracing on mirrors. It's my only criticism, I think, for the actual visuals. Doesn't look good on mirrors. It looks muddy. If you want to use that sort of reflection for like something else, like a shiny or metallic surface, you know. I was just looking at I was passing by a modern television, and it's kind of got that plastic. You could sort of see a good reflection on it when it's off and it's clean, but still kind of has like a fuzzy outline. Perfect for something like that. Not so much for like a mirror polish type thing. It looks a little rough. But otherwise, good visuals, I guess, just as overall kind of thought. Yeah, I think that might be it though. So good stuff, good game, enjoyed it. Played the crap out of this, managed to finish it within the week. So glad we were able to do that much. But yeah, I guess we're done. No post game or anything like that from the looks of it. What happens if I select continue? Got a couple post credits. We can assume that Wake isn't dead, and Remedy is probably going to do something else with him. If it takes another 13 years to get another game out, oh god. They knocked out this game. I don't know how long, I guess they've been working on it, but they knocked out this game. Okay, just goes to that last segment with Saga. Okay. They knocked out this game pretty quick if they started development after Control, though, because Control came out in 2019. Which wasn't that far away. 4 to 5 year development time between games, maybe, depending on how long in between they start working on games before they release the previous one. They're working on something now, and it's got like one of those secret code name projects, so I don't know, maybe it's like Control 2, maybe it's Alan Wake 3, maybe it's something that's set within the same universe and doesn't have anything really hard to do with the rest of the games, or maybe it's something completely independent of everything they've done so far. I don't know, but still holding out hope that it'll be good. This one was pretty decent, and finishing up this and what we saw with this game, it actually makes me want to go back and play Control, so we might do that. I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to be streaming next, but I actually like this game quite a bit, so I might choose Control just to see what that game was like in full detail. But for right now, we are done. It's about a 3-hour stream, probably talking for a good 15-20 minutes or something like that, but still managed to get a good one out of it. Not going to move on to anything else. So we're just going to call it here. But good game. I enjoyed it. And I will decide what to stream next within the next few days. Not going to jump on anything immediately. Probably not going to end up streaming tomorrow. Might not even stream except into, a few days into the next week. There's some stuff I want to kind of work on. And might not be a bad idea to do a little stream break for a few days, so we'll hold off on starting something new. But boy, we did a lot. I mean, going from the beginning of October, doing a lot of the horror games, into 2 brand new games, Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2. We've just been hitting streams left, right, and center. So, I think we could take a bit of a pause before we start up something brand new. That might be the last new game I play this year also. We're into November, so there's only a month and, I don't want to say half because it's the 4th today. So, all right, let's just say there's about 2 months left in the year. I don't think there's anything new coming out that I'm going to hop on. So, whatever it is that we play, it's going to be old. That's all right. Should be fun. But yeah, whatever the next game is, we will find out when we find out. But we just hit up a lot of shit this month. Well, last month, October into the early beginnings of November. So proud of myself. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. And I'll be back sometime next week, more than likely. See what we can start up here. Should be fun. But you guys take care. Have a good night. See you next time.